Hey guys, this is a short snippet of an advisory call from Inside Industry Set. I'm one of the coaches and advisors in there, and one of my calls specifically is on event management promotion. I've got another one on Facebook and Instagram ads, which we actually talk about quite a bit on this call. But if you want to check out Industry Set, you can start a 7-day free trial. There's a link below in the description. Basically, for like $100 Australian a month, which works out to like 67 USD, you get like a whole suite of calls. Like I do ones on like time management, productivity. Got a whole community of like DJs, producers, and club promoters growing in there. So this is just a short snippet of it, so you can check it out, decide if it's something you want to be involved in. But yeah, if you want to be able to hop up, because I get a lot of emails and DMs on Instagram, people wanting to hop on calls with me, and rather than like charging you hundreds of dollars for an hour of one-on-one time, you can just like it's just a basically group buy of like our coaches and advisors time. So anyway, check it out. If you want to send me inside, there's a link below. You can start a 7-day free trial, and yeah, hop on a call with me.
Oh yeah, event promotion on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
What's your like main points to help promoting them?
Do you do any ads?
We
Well, I
sometimes,
did already actually, but
yeah,
you do.
we sometimes do. I find that we've got such a low return on investment that
Yeah.
I give up.
Depends how you're doing it, right? Like anything, you can do anything wrong. Like you can go to the gym and you can do some exercises, but you won't put on any muscle because your form was terrible.
Yeah.
It's kind of the same thing. Let me let Matt in the room. Where's Matt? There's Matt.
Yeah, and with event promotion on or buying ad, it's tricky to get the right audience.
Mm-hmm.
And especially when you create an event, you want the main part, the people attending to your event
Yep.
being the same one, the people you want at your event, not
Yep.
like,
Yep.
people
Couple
you
ways
don't,
to fix that.
you know what I mean?
Couple ways you can fix that. I've been really dragging my feet on this. Because I was meant to build a short course on doing Facebook, or I should really be saying meta ads to promote events now. Just because I have quite a bit going on, and I'm in Melbourne the second half of this week, so it doesn't make things any easier. So there's a couple of things that you were talking about before. Now, when you were promoting your events, were you clicking that little blue boost button next to your posts?
Which one? The little on off?
No, you know when so you know when you have like a page, like you go to your Facebook page and you see all your posts, there'll be a little blue boost button. And so it will say something like, oh, if you spend $10, another 1,000 people will see this. Are you pressing that
Yes,
button? Are you pressing that?
uh, probably yes.
Never, ever, ever. Yes. Never ever touch that button again. It's a fucking scam. So essentially
Okay.
what that is, that's just Facebook's like real easy way for anyone that doesn't know how to use the backend ads manager to just be like, hey, like we'll show it to more people. That sounds good, right? And it's what we call a vanity metric. So like reach and impressions, they're just like vanity metrics. Like it just makes you feel good because like, oh, look how many people saw it. But then you got like with anything, I talk about this in time management. You have quantity and quality. We've all got the same quantity of time, but it's the quality that we use it. Same with like reach and impressions. I could show your ad to fucking 1 million people for like, let's say $1,000. Problem is none of them are going to come because we're going to target people in third world countries where the impressions are really cheap, right?
Yeah.
What you need to be able to do instead is actually target the right people and know how to use the backend ads manager correctly. So some really easy ways. I'll show you because there was a couple problems that you encountered or that you mentioned before, which was like finding the right people. Not events manager. I'm fucking doing it wrong. Audiences. I would have shown, I think, another Jeremy in industry set this before. But Meta Ads Manager has a thing called custom audiences. And what that lets you do is just create audiences based on specific rules. And there's so many different things you can do. So, for example, if you have the pixel installed, You can do who hit this website. You can even go even further and go who hit this URL. So if you know someone viewed a specific, like viewed the specific ticket page for like your June event, you can just show it to the people that looked at the June event. If you just want anyone that's looked at any event ever, you could do that and just do anyone that hit the pixel in the last 180 days. Now you're limited to 180 days. It's just the rule. 180 is, there's actually some ways around it, but it's way too complicated. But 180 days, so the last 6 months, anyone that hit your website. Other alternatives, you can do a customer list. So if you have, let's say, for example, you go on Ticketek or OzTix or Megatix, whatever you're using, and you download the CSV file of anyone that visited, or purchased a ticket for the last however long you'd like, however long you've been running events for.
Mm-hmm.
Upload it as a CSV, where it's like column A, B, C is like first name, last name, postcode, email, and then you upload it. And then Meta will, it takes about, it depends on the size of the audience or the size of the list, but it will take Meta like a day to go, all right, and try and match it and go, okay, yeah, Brandon's in this audience, Jerome's in this audience, Matt's in this audience. Oh, I can't find these emails. And so you might have an email list of 10,000 people, but after matching is what it's called, it'll go down to 5,000 people. And then you got another list of people that you can advertise to. So, and they're the easiest people to advertise to and get conversions from because they've already fucking bought something already, right? And presumably had a good time. You can do it based off of videos, which is why I always encourage people to do video content, because you can do anyone that viewed 3 seconds of a video, 10 seconds of a video, 25%, whatever the fuck you want, or nearly anything you want. And you can do it for specific videos. So if someone just viewed the promo video for a specific event, you can retarget those people and go, hey, I already know that you know about this event. Do you want to buy a ticket?
Yeah.
You could do it off Instagram accounts. So anyone that like engage with your Instagram account, you could do it off Facebook pages. The one you're going to use probably the most is events. So you can do anyone that responded with going or interested, anyone that like visited the event page. You can just retarget all of these people so that they're the most relevant. So rather than doing what you were doing with boosting posts before and just going, who's 24 to 35 within 20 kilometers, you want to come? And just fucking showing it to anyone. You can get really granular and go, who's come before? Let's only spend money on trying to reacquire those people. And then again, even like your interest targeting, like the interest targeting when you boost posts is fucking god awful. So what you can do instead is, I'll jump back into here. You can get super grand. Actually, let's do yours right now. Saved audience.
Can you retarget on a page of people that are not your community? For example, I don't know, people attending to SAE for you, for example?
Yes, it depends on the university. It depends. So let me do geography first. So just because I know that you're in Fremantle, I already have the insight that people typically they'll travel from south to north, but not north to south of the river. So it's weird. They just won't cross the river. So for example, when I'm targeting Joondalup, people like when I was doing Arcade Nightclub, people would travel south to Joondalup and a little bit north, but they wouldn't come from the city to Joondalup. They just stay in the city. There's so many more fucking options, right?
Yes.
So Fremantle, you drop it about there. Let me fuck this off. And that's pretty much it. Maybe we do 20 kilometers to get Rockingham. And just wait. And then what's the like youngest person you see at your event? And then add 3 years.
Let's say 23, yeah.
Yeah, cool. 23. Oldest?
Let's say 50,
3 years.
55. Yeah.
Sorry, what was that?
55?
Cool, done. Men and women. Don't worry about the fucking language of those. Detailed targeting. So you said SAE?
Yeah, SAE.
There we go. Bang, done.
Or can you find Blossom Festival, for example?
Blossom Festival. There you go. Is it this?
Cool.
National
yeah.
Blossom Festival?
No. That's not his one.
Yeah, that's something else. No, probably it doesn't look
like Blazing Swan.
Depends on like I think it needs. No, Metropolis Fremantle isn't there anymore. I used to be able to target that. Anything else?
Blazing Swan.
So it needs to be like a large enough event. So like SAE can be targeted because it's a university. Like I'm pretty sure like every university is like indexed in here. But if it's like a music festival, it has to be like fucking Tomorrowland or something like that. So
Oh wow, okay.
it has to be big. But with SAE alone, no, it's too small. Need more people.
But that's what I mean. Like you don't target a lot of people. Like and as
Yeah,
soon
but
as
this is below 1,000. We need like at least 50,000. So what kind of music do you play there?
let's say Afro House.
Have we just one word or two?
Depends, yeah, they do too.
Oh yeah, we had this problem before, didn't we? Afro House.
Yeah, that's what I find difficult, like finding the audience in so
Okay, give me another one, and then we can find suggestions.
let's say tech house or if we want to
Did you say
filter,
Tech House?
yeah, tech house. Okay, interesting tech house, perfect.
We're at 80, 70,000. That's
Okay,
good.
so you've got a good audience.
Yeah.
House music, yeah, definitely. Electronic EDM.
Yeah, that's too broad because what happens is, see, now we're up to 114,000.
Okay, that's too big.
So what you can do next, right, is you can narrow the audience or you can add exclusions. So
Okay,
narrowing the audience would be like, all right, you have to be interested in SAE Institute. So this is basically all of these are like or statements. Doing a must also match is like adding an and statement, right? So if you imagine two Venn diagrams, I wish I had a whiteboard. If you imagine two Venn diagrams, right? The first circle is all those interests that we put in, SAE Institute, Tech House, and house music. Narrowing the audience is like adding a second Venn diagram circle, which I'm going to do like parties. And then what we're going to be doing is by doing an and statement, it crosses it and it only takes the people in the middle. So they have to be interested in any of these, but also
in both of them. Okay, gotcha.
So that looks like, let's do parties.
Or free or social, for example. Yeah.
It won't be big enough. It has to be like it has to be a big fucking page. Cool.
Well, free or social's got like 45,000 followers, so it's not small.
That's not much on Facebook.
Okay.
It used to be 40,000 actually used to be enough back in the day. I think 2019, I used to be able to target Metropolis Fremantle because I had like more than 40,000 likes, or maybe it was 60,000. Facebook's too big now. So now we've got it down to about 70,000 people. That's good. Cool. I think it's pretty good. I reckon if you did something like this, when you create your ad, you'd be pretty solid. Because you've got house music, tech house, SAE Institute, which is kind of a small audience. And then they also had to be interested in parties. So it's not just people that like house music and don't go out, it's people that like house music and go out.
How did you target people who go out?
I added this one here. It must also match parties and events.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Good one.
Cool.
Well, you didn't change anything. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. But what I would encourage you to do, and again, go on now.
Oh, sorry, isn't like parties and events, wouldn't that be like everyone? Like, is there anyone who's not interested in parties and events?
Yep.
My dad?
Yeah, I'll show you. So like so with the and statement, we got like 64,000 minimum audience size, but if I just delete it, fucking goes up to 114,000.
Okay. All right. Yep. Point proven.
Okay, cool. You divided by 2. Yeah, okay.
So you can always see the like estimated audience size, and then you can see go up and down, things like that.
Can you also put some kind of thing in for like income? Because, you know, I don't want poor people coming to my event who can't afford tickets.
You can for the US, not Australia though. So if I go narrow audience, income.
As in, how would Facebook figure out what kind of income you have?
Exactly what my question.
I have no idea. So it does it by postcodes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Of
so
course.
fucking, as in it's true, but it's kind of
like
funny.
basically, like if you live in a brokey postcode, you get
No, but you do have an average income per location.
Anyway, Facebook's targeting used to be so much more powerful. Like I remember back in 2019, I did a lecture on like how it finds everyone's data, and it used to be so powerful. Like it was fucking sick. But now it's been like nuked heaps because all you cunts want fucking privacy. And then essentially what that means is like it just has less data on you, so your ads become less relevant. Advertisers, like their budgets are, they had to spend more to acquire a customer because they can't be as specific. For example, Facebook used to have a detailed targeting option just called homeowners. You never tell Facebook when you own a home. It just figured it out. So what it would do. So I'll tell you how. So the Facebook Pixel, which I've now it's the Meta Pixel, who cares? Will be installed on different websites so that like advertisers like me can go, all right, Jerome, I know that you. Well, I wouldn't know that you, but Meta will know. All right, Jerome's ad ID has been to this website. And this advertiser said, all right, anyone that's been to this website, I want to show them an ad. But that also just means that Facebook knows you've been there. And it also knows any other website you've been to with the Metapixel installed. And so, for example, if I just go to like a bunch of like, I don't know, like Bunnings and Real Estate WA and like any kind of websites that would suggest that I'm a homeowner, it will just go, Brandon's probably a homeowner. I've got a pretty good guess on that. And it has so much data on hundreds of millions of users that it can just figure this out. And it's pretty fucking accurate.
Dude, it
was pretty accurate. And then iOS 14.5 nuked everyone. And then, not everyone, most people. And then now just has less data on people. And so all the audiences are just dumber. And some of the audiences are just gone. There's not options anymore.
Yeah, that makes sense. I wonder about this because like I read a lot of spicy books and I like don't worry about like internet privacy or anything. Yep. And so like I've made the joke multiple times that like, I'm probably on some kind of like watch list, but like fuck, I might actually be. Like,
I'm fucking 100% on a bunch of watch lists.
Yeah.
So what do you think? Talking about that, I saw that there is a lot of new startups or big businesses, I don't know how big they are, but like helping you to prevent your social and things like that to be basically copied or give some people, create a fake profile, or they check basically your health on internet and social. What do you think of those things? Because for an event and personally, that's important.
So what do? They like make sure you don't get like impersonated online. Is that what they do?
Yeah. And they check. That was like a video on YouTube. Like I think that's Zoe from Huge If True, and she was talking about like that was one of her sponsor, and in one of her videos she was like, okay, look, I'm using that, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. She's massive.
Hey, I can probably comment on this. So a lot of your information gets sold on to data brokers, and then like people who want to impersonate you or scam you, or even like authorities can use that information and like forever, like if it's either once more, they can acquire it without a warrant. So it's like spying on you without jurisdiction. There's like all these issues, but like the main thing they normally do is they stop your information going to the data brokers in the first place. So it stops like the advertisements, the hackers, and the agencies.
Okay. Do you use that?
I don't.
No, I don't use it. As in, I use a VPN and like some other stuff, but yeah.
Sorry.
So I had some questions of my own, but I don't want to like interrupt you, Jerome. So
no, go for it. Go for it. We were in an open discussion.
So like, Brandon, like it's kind of the same thing that I've been saying for a while. I do eventually want to start doing my own events. But you know, I've need to have the time to be able to do that. I'm just wondering, like, should I start considering that once you've put up this course and everything, or do you think you'd be able to help me actually like start events with basically zero knowledge?
Wait for me to upload the course content. It'll be like an hour-long video.
Yeah.
The problem with that though is the content I'm recording is only going to be on the ad side of things. It's not going to be like how to build a brand and how to find a venue and how to negotiate a deal and how to book DJs. Like there's so many other things. Here's another potential option. Could you build a team around you?
I think I could. Like, I don't want to give you too long.
Oh, sorry, Matt, you cut
Long
out.
of a story, but like it's happened multiple years, and there'll be like, can you hear me?
Yeah, try again now.
There's a Facebook group called Sydney DJs, and it's like a story that's repeated so many times. Or there'll be a person who comes on like, yes, guys, I'm going to come here and fucking throw a party. And then like I'll get chucked into a group chat and then it will eventually just not happen.
Yeah.
Because something is like stopping people in the process of announcing and then actually coming through with it. And so if
Man, you cut out again.
Oh, fuck. Look, maybe I should just message you or something.
Last 5 seconds.
Essentially, I'm saying that, like, there is something in the process of, like, beginning to plan an event and then actually pulling through that causes people to stop. I would say maybe even less than 10% of people who try actually follow through. I've seen it because I've been in, like, the group chats of all these events that are going to start, but I've never been in the position myself to see what the issue is. And so if I begin, I would want some sort of advantage to ensure that I'm not going to be one of the 90% of people who fuck it up.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on in the heads of the people that are in those examples that you're talking about, but I dare say they don't realize there's a little bit of financial risk involved, but the actual work that goes into an event, and the actual reward, it's a pretty poor ratio, especially at the start, because you're not going to make money off the first one. Prove me wrong. You're probably not going to make a lot of money, and you probably just, your first event, you're just trying to minimize losses, really.
Okay.
And the returns don't come till a while later. Like, you had to build a really fucking solid brand to actually like become profitable as a small nightclub event. Again, it depends on a number of different factors, but that is my broad blanket statement for anyone just starting out in events, especially if they haven't done it before. So for example, there's 2 promoters, like big promoters I work with here in Perth. They can pop up with a new brand every second month and it will slap. But that's because they've done this a billion fucking times already. But for a new person just starting out, they're like, oh, they're getting caught up on the logo. They're like, it's like the smallest shit, right? These guys just like drop a logo and then they've booked some 3 months ago. They got a good deal on them. They know all of any contacts. They get a good deal on the contract. So it's not as much of a headache for them. I think if you were to start out in events, don't be too optimistic on the first one. I think what you should do is find a really small venue, like 150.
Oh my god, I like Ronald's stage. I'm like, no,
and then just try and fill that out. If you try and start like 600, 700, 800 people, I like optimism, but I like realism as well. So I like to be a realistic pessimist most of the time, with anything financial particularly. Just try like a 150 cap thing and trying to get 100 people there. Just start with that one. Go, what worked, what didn't work, and then just try and keep until you hit that 150 cap. Just don't do something else. Just be really pessimistic about everything.
Okay, nice. And like, could you help me do that? Like, are you going to be giving the information?
Yeah, that's the whole point of these calls.